Ignoring a greedy streamer,
she feels so entitled to their money, which she absolutely doesn't deserve. She provides no value whatsoever.
to shutting down an entitled prankster,
Was provoking people on the beach. The whole point of the content is to do these lame-ass incendiary pranks.
here are 8 of the most entitled streamers who got destroyed by Penguinz0, aka Charlie. Starting with one of the most entitled streamers in Twitch history, Bad Bunny. During what should have been a normal stream, she instead launched into an unhinged rant targeting viewers who weren't paying her money.
My whole speech about how I need subs and to get the stream going if you like the content, blah, blah, blah. How that results in 0 subs. There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5?
Displaying a level of entitlement that would shock even Charlie. The situation only got worse as she doubled down, openly referring to her own viewers as parasites and leeches for watching her content without directly paying her.
Like, how do you think free entertainment is available to you? It's because other people actually provide money so you can be a cheap ass. That's it. Other people provide money because they're generous and they see like a thing that they want to support, a form of entertainment they want to support, and then you leech.
This completely ignores the fact that she's already making money from their viewership through ad revenue, but apparently that wasn't enough for her. The political talk show streamer spent more time berating her audience than actually providing any meaningful content. Charlie was quick to point out the absolute absurdity of her behavior, stating that you'd get more value throwing your money away than giving it to someone with this attitude.
Such a laughable sense of entitlement, especially when she has no talent at all. Also, she's not making $0 from viewers that watch her for free.
The situation escalated when a supporter tried defending her actions by claiming people only criticized her because she's a woman, but Charlie shut that down immediately.
Yeah, this hero decides to make it an issue about her being a woman, despite the fact that that is irrelevant to why people don't like it. It's because people don't like someone that says shit like that and is that greedy and that disrespectful and that entitled. It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
But if you thought that was bad, wait until you see how Pokimane, one of Twitch's biggest stars, managed to destroy her own reputation over some cookies. Pokimane's fall from grace started when she launched her cookie company trying to sell 4 tiny bags of cookies for an absurd $28. When her loyal fans questioned the ridiculous price tag, she responded with possibly the worst take in streamer history.
People are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but look, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Charlie absolutely destroyed her for this statement, pointing out how she's literally mocking the same viewers whose support made her a millionaire.
Matt was actually the one that sent me this clip today, and I just assumed this had to be some kind of bad joke she tried to tell. But watching the clip, it seems like she's legitimately upset and actually just calling people that don't want to pay for it or can't afford it broke.
The situation gets even more pathetic when you break down the numbers. She's charging $7 for tiny 4-ounce bags, which Charlie argues are expensive knockoffs of Totsy's midnight cookies. When confronted with the backlash, Pokimane somehow made everything worse by trying to defend her overpriced cookies with the most irrational argument possible. She deflected criticism by bringing up Twitter Blue, stating,
Like, Twitter Blue offers this dog shit service for $8, you spend your money on some pixels, whatever. You spend your money how you want, and I'll spend my money how I want.
Charlie demolished this pathetic attempt at justification, pointing out how she's comparing her overpriced snacks to a service everyone already thinks is terrible. But the most insane part that Charlie couldn't wrap his head around was how a streamer could be stupid enough to attack their own audience's financial situation.
And the really foul part about all of this that my little noodle will never be able to wrap itself around is a streamer calling their audience broke or poor. Bub, your wealth was built on their backs. Them watching you supplied you with money through the ads that get played to them. Them directly donating to you took their money and gave it to you.
This whole disaster proves how far Pokimane has fallen from her earlier days. proving she's become an out-of-touch millionaire looking down on the same community that supported her. While Pokemon's entitled behavior was limited to social media, Sniper Wolf took things to a terrifying new level by showing up at another creator's house. The drama with YouTube's biggest React channel exploded when Sniper Wolf took her beef with Jack Films to disturbing heights, after he called her out for stealing content and made a channel dedicated to exposing her lazy reactions. She completely lost it and showed up at his house in the middle of the night.
And it was more than just this picture here. Apparently she even posted one of his house, which obviously I'm not going to show you. I'm not here to just like hop on and give you like a 4K display of Jack's Films dojo here because Sniper Wolf posted it on her story. It's just an extremely degenerate response to this whole situation from Sniper Wolf here. It's borderline illegal, I think. I don't think you can just dox somebody like this.
Making the situation even more dangerous, she posted pictures of his house to her 5 million Instagram followers, essentially doxing him and putting his family at risk. When confronted about this insane behavior, Sniper Wolf tried defending herself with the most ridiculous excuse possible, claiming she just wanted to talk like adults.
Well, I just wanted to kind of talk it out face to face. Like, no, that's not how this works. You don't go up to someone's house like you're about to try and sell them solar panels in order to hash out your internet beef unannounced.
Charlie destroyed her justification, pointing out how showing up to someone's house unannounced is straight up psychopath behavior. But what's even more absurd is YouTube's response to this disaster. YouTube proved just how much they protect their biggest creators by giving Sniper Wolf the weakest punishment possible: a temporary monetization suspension. Even worse, they tried pulling the both sides argument, acting like Jack Films somehow deserved to get doxxed for criticizing her content.
Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. They actually just unironically dropped up both sides in this situation. That is one of those things where you read it and it's like a flashbang hits you, like all your senses go out and you have to question if what you just read was real.
Charlie destroyed YouTube for this weak response, pointing out how they completely failed to take a stand against dangerous behavior. Speaking of failing to show basic human decency, we found the body took his entitled behavior to new lows by attacking a viewer who was grieving her mother's death. Despite being in Twitch's top 1% of streamers, we found the body managed to destroy his own community in the most entitled way possible. The disaster started when a regular viewer, who'd been absent because her mother died, returned to his stream. When he asked where she'd been and she answered honestly about her loss, this entitled streamer went into full meltdown mode.
He, for some reason, then just goes into like this TED talk about how you shouldn't answer his question if your answer is something sad because it brings down the vibes of the stream. It's baffling because you had asked her and she just answered your question honestly.
Trying to teach her a lesson about how to properly answer his questions. We found the body, proceeded to educate the viewer in what he deemed the proper way to answer that question.
Like, okay, give them a script. Make sure your community has the acceptable answer script to my stupid questions. I don't actually care where you've been. And like, just tell me one of these 2 canned responses. Like, this is so dumb. And I also love the audacity. Let me give you a lesson here.
Charlie absolutely destroyed this mentality, pointing out how laughable it is for a Twitch streamer to act like some kind of social expert.
It's just so laughable that he's acting like some kind of social savant here about how to handle public conversations and what you're allowed to say. You're a Twitch streamer, man. All of us as streamers are not exactly the most socially gifted. Like, let's just face the facts here.
Instead of showing basic empathy, he turned a simple interaction into a public shaming session. After getting destroyed across social media, his response somehow managed to be even worse than his original meltdown. Instead of actually apologizing, he doubled down and blamed the grieving viewer, claiming she violated his channel's expectations by sharing heavy news.
Heavy news, drama, or trauma dumping, if you will, being entered or dropped into the chat.
He directly blames her for violating his terms of service for being a chatter, basically, saying, I have very strict rules, you're not allowed to kill vibes with bad news or anything drama-related or heavy.
Speaking of entitled creators, this YouTube prankster learned the hard way what happens when you mess with the wrong beachgoers. The disaster began when this YouTube prankster thought it would be hilarious to harass beachgoers by wearing offensive shirts and hitting on women in front of their partners.
Sorry. My husband. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't realize you were your husband. I thought you were like your gay best friend or something. I'm sorry. Yeah. You guys have a good day. I'm sorry.
But his prank backfired when someone finally got fed up and launched his $600 mic straight into the ocean. No! Instead of accepting the consequences of his actions, this entitled YouTuber decided it was best to call the cops. However, the beach officer turned out to be an absolute legend, who immediately saw through his entire act.
I was out here filming a video, and a man assaulted me, and he ripped the microphone off my camera and threw it into the ocean. Or more or less provoking somebody to make a move, and then you can report it, correct?
To make things even worse, when the cop asked if he'd been trespassed before, the prankster bragged about being banned from every Walmart, like it was some kind of achievement.
Have you ever been trespassed before? Yes. Shocking. Banned from every Walmart in the world. Did everyone get trespassed or just us?
The officer ended up banning both him and his friend from the beach. Following this, Charlie destroyed this entitled prankster for his actions, pointing out how you can't go around provoking people, then act shocked when they respond.
You can hear the pride in his voice when he mentions they've been banned from every Walmart. They have been banned from multiple places, and they're so proud of that. I think that's so sad, the state of the world, where that's something to be happy about, that you're banned from a lot of places because you're such an insufferable little asshole who's driven by internet brownie points.
But no one takes entitled behavior to more heights than The Watcher. The Watcher is a YouTube channel with over 3 million subscribers that managed to destroy their reputation overnight with possibly the most entitled move in creator history. Despite already making bank from YouTube ads, brand deals, and a successful Patreon, they announced they were moving all their content behind a $6 monthly paywall.
Let me lay down the reality here. $6 isn't nothing. Especially not in the current climate of things where everyone and their grandmother is making a subscription service for every single fucking thing on the planet. We're in the gold rush right now where every company is turning their content into a subscription-based monthly payment to access it,
claiming everyone and anyone can afford it. Following this, Charlie broke down their ridiculous money grab, exposing just how shameless this move really was.
That appears in their content is paying between $15,000 and $35,000 a piece to be there.
After getting destroyed by their audience, which dropped nearly 100,000 in just 3 days, Watcher came crawling back with a corporate damage control apology.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform. We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this.
However, Watcher is now offering content a month early for $6 on their platform before releasing it on YouTube for free. This only proves the Watcher is trying to squeeze every last penny from their audience and doesn't really care about their audience's feedback. But while Watcher only cares about money, Johnny Somali will do anything for more attention. Johnny Somali is a live streamer who travels the world being as disrespectful as possible. Despite being constantly confronted by the locals about his racist behavior, he smugly responds with statements like,
"I don't give a f***, I have no morals, I'm a fucking sociopath,"
showing he thinks he's somehow above everyone else. But Charlie points out how this disgruntled streamer is nothing more than a clout chaser.
Sociopath, you're a dweeb. You're an embarrassing little weirdo.
His entitled behavior reached new heights in Japan, where he lied to judges claiming he wasn't making money from streaming and was just filming documentaries. But even after getting a light sentence instead of being grateful, he bragged about fooling the legal system. Johnny then moved to South Korea, where he again disrespected the locals and Korean culture.
First, credit where credit is due. The beatdown was administered by this guy right here, who went on to say that the reason he did it is because of how disrespectful Johnny Somali is to all of South Korean culture. He is being extremely racist throughout all of South Korea, and people hate him there for it.
However, even serious consequences like government investigations and being banned from leaving South Korea haven't led to any change in his approach to streaming. But it seems like this could be the end of Johnny Somali. Johnny is currently facing serious allegations in South Korea and is facing up to 29 years in jail. But while Johnny Somali's entitlement got him banned in multiple countries, Colleen Vlogs took entitled behavior to new heights by allegedly exploiting minors. Colleen Bollinger, better known as Miranda Sings, built a massive YouTube empire with over 5 million subscribers and even landed her own Netflix show. However, her entitled behavior reached disturbing new levels when serious accusations emerged about inappropriate interactions with minors. Instead of addressing these allegations properly, she released what might be the most tone-deaf response video in YouTube history.
Toxic gossip train, the locomotives fueled with hateful accusations.
Her entitled attitude was on full display as she mocked the situation, bragging about finding a loophole around her legal team's advice by singing instead of talking.
So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you.
that bleeding in your ears is normal. This is a ukulele apology video.
The entitled behavior reached new heights when she portrayed herself as the victim, calling legitimate accusations a toxic gossip train and claiming people were just spreading misinformation for entertainment.
These rumors look like facts if you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey, at least you're having fun.
I'm sorry to keep pausing this so frequently, I just have so much to say, and trust me, I'm really doing you a favor with all of these breaks here to give you a brief, respite.
Despite there being video evidence showing inappropriate behavior, Colleen simply dismissed them as lies and rumors. This led to Charlie highlighting how she turned serious allegations into quirky entertainment while providing no real defense or explanation for her actions.
Just shitting on the victims that have come forward. There are tons and tons of messages as well as videos, just an overwhelming amount of evidence that's all pretty damning on Colleen Ballinger's behavior from these group chats, as well as just a lot of other things over the years. And in the song, she just reduces that to, I was just a weird loser sending cringe. It was just a goofball doing loser weird stuff. And then still has the audacity to sing about how she's taking accountability? What the fuck? That's the opposite of accountability. You're minimizing, downplaying the very real harm you caused to your underage fans through these group chats, these interactions, and all the that you said and sent.
My legal team advised me against this is the most authentic thing she said in the whole video. Imagine being traumatized by this woman and seeing her play the ukulele as she apologizes.